Alrighty, what is up YouTube and chat? Hope you're all having a fantastic shiny day. It's good to see you again. We are now going to be going into the missives section of the Hunger content. So, without further ado, we're going to tackle this and we're going to get right into it. Missive 1, Health, on medicine and cost of staying alive. Hello, Living. This marks the beginning of our missives, a series of focused insights into the design of Hunger and its systems. We'll be releasing new missives regularly, helping to better acquaint you with the end world after the end. Every wound tells a story. In Hunger, survival is measured not by what you avoid, but how well you recover. Today's missive looks at the systems of governing health, healing, and fragile space between life and death. Nature of health. Your health represents the living body's final measure of endurance. It is the last line of defense beneath your armor, and when it fails, there is no recovery. Every player begins with a default of 100% health. A finite resource that can only be restored through medical There's a difference between percentage and just a number. Percentage is not the correct way of saying that because I could have 100% health, you could have 100% health, but I have 150 and you have 100. We're both at cap, that's both 100%. So what I said was incorrect. Both start with a default of 100 health, flat. A finite resource that can only be restored through medical intervention. Damage is taken through combat, environment, and status effects. So, I would imagine also fall damage could definitely. Fall damage, status effect, whether it be poison or bleeding, the environment from fall damage, or I guess poison is status, never mind. And then through combat, of course, forcing the hunger or other living. To recover health, players rely on medicine, specialized items that repair what the body cannot. Medicines fall into many categories, but we'll highlight two today. Repeated use items, which can be used indefinitely but restore health slowly. Single-use consumables, which act quickly but are lost after use. Basic, normal healing capabilities. So there's that. Both are vital and both carry risk. All medicine items are equipped to your medicine slot and must be actively used to take effect. So, as you can see here, the concept art of blood bags, which is, do I get to pop this out? I do? That is sick. Boom. There we go. This is the blood bag. The blood bag essentially is a heal item that can heal you. It is a slow heal from what I've seen. So there's different rarities. These aren't cosmetics. You have level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's essentially what's here. The higher up you go, the faster the healing is. However, it's still slow. So I do really like the aspect of this. So as it goes up in rarity, the faster it is, like with this little pressurizer nozzle right here. Essentially, it's almost like shooting into you. Design goal. Our approach to healing in Hunger follows a simple rule. It should be possible, but not perfect. We want players to be able to heal during combat, but not so immediate that the recovery becomes untouchable or leads to endless healing loops, which is understandable there in itself. You don't want to go into a fight, make a really meaningful shot, and be like, oh, well, they had this awesome healing magical item, they're full back to health. So it really does suck when something like that happens, especially with how everything in this game has a purpose, with whether you're shooting from a distance, you're stabbing someone, so they can't just go around a corner, pop a healing pill, and then boom, let's go at it again. That's not how it works. So I'm glad that they're kind of going into that. Medicine is designed to be limited, either in repetition or rate, forcing you to think carefully about when and where to use it. Timing matters, as does position, cover, and cost of attention. Every choice to heal should carry the risk of being seen, caught, and interrupted. So the thing about the blood bags are they're not quiet. They make a blood noise essentially, and when you're healing, that could hinder your ability to know if someone's sneaking up behind you. So that is something to keep in mind. And also, this is slow. The other healing methods, sure, may be quick, but I just noticed something while reading this. Repetition or rate. So my guess with the repetition aspect right here, I'm gonna highlight this. The repetition would be the single use. There might be a cooldown on how long until you can use another one, or maybe they have the repetition where you can do it again, but then it poisons you because you're overhealing. But that's interesting. And of course, the rate is to talk about the blood bags. The blood bags are something you want to do when you're not in combat, or when you have like a combat situation or scenario where they're shooting you from really far and they're starting to charge on you, and you have a little bit of time to heal. Granted, maybe now's not the time to heal because you can shoot them or kind of like position yourself to attack. But if there is that opening window where you can heal yourself a little bit, maybe that'd be the time to use the blood bag if that's your only option. This balance ensures the survival feels earned, not automated. Healing is not about erasing mistakes. Exactly. That is sick, and that's awesome, because I made a mistake. I don't get this get out of jail free card, right? I made a mistake. Shit. I gotta fix it with coming up a different play. I gotta make a different move because I made this mistake. Is this mistake gonna cost me? Or can I use this as an advantage by something of distracting or pulling something out of crazy? I don't know. It's cool. Can you make up for the mistake that you made? Are they gonna make a mistake? Can you capitalize on it? So that's neat. It's about managing it's about managing consequences. Yeah. We designed health as a standardized resource across all players, rather than something that scales dramatically with progression. A new player should not begin with 50 health, while a veteran has 5,000. That's fair. I wholeheartedly agree on that. And that kind of disparity would make genuine competition impossible. By keeping health consistent, we can balance the time to kill, TTK, across all weapons and encounters. Better weapons in Hunger may shorten the TTK, but they do not grant invulnerability or guarantee victory. Skill, positioning, and decision-making remain deciding factors. This is so nice. Now, granted, I know a lot of other extraction games potentially are the same thing, but there is that power spike. You get that nice gun that someone that's new just can't get. Where Hunger, you have all the means to kill someone that's been playing 5,000 hours or a long time. Granted, they're going to be skilled, but if they make a mistake, if they get sloppy, or if they're not paying attention, you could easily capitalize on that. So I think that's awesome. I'm excited to see this be played out, and that's huge. Blood bags. The blood bags represent the repeated use type of medicine. They are slow, methodical instruments of recovery designed for those who prepare early and heal deliberately. In the world of Hunger, blood bags are a form of self-transfusion, which is cool, because essentially what they're saying is you are taking this blood bag, you're bringing this blood bag in from the game or from the chateau of your own collected blood. So you're using your own blood on yourself to heal you. So that's just a little bit of lore stuff, so that's cool. Filled with your own siphoned blood before an expedition. They are heavy, clumsy, and faintly unsettling. But when the fighting ends, they are your best chance for replacing what you've lost. So when I brought up the mention of unsettling, that's the unsettling factor. The noise that it produces when you use them. Using a blood bag cannot be done from your inventory. It must be equipped. And once used, your character enters a continuous healing state, restoring health gradually over time. So it's slow. Different rarities of blood bags improve both recovery rates and efficiency. The best of them can replenish at a far higher rate, but all share the same demand, exposure. You're vulnerable while healing, and every second you spend recovering is a second the world can punish you for it. So, there you go. I like how they show the different blood bag types. So that was basically going through the rarity. That's the best, that's the worst, and then it goes up from there. Ampules. Ampules represent immediacy. Single-use inhalable medicines. I know you might be thinking the same thing. When I read inhalables, I was like, huh? Inhalables? So, yeah, it's inhalable medicine that restores health far more quickly than blood bags, but at the cost of scarcity. So, they're just a little bit more rare. They can be used in the field to recover from critical damage, providing a rapid boost of vitality over a few seconds. However, the effect can be interrupted by taking damage, canceling the healing and wasting the resource. This is how they basically said you have to make sure you're doing it at the right time. It's nice because, yes, you can use this immediate healing aspect and get healed, But if you're doing it on the open and someone shoots you, boom, gone, poof. You shouldn't be healing in the open. So I think that's very huge. And a little tidbit, one of the livings, powers, does a healing area effect that can heal you up to 100, which is nice, and it's faster than, of course, the blood bag. Same thing. If, of course, you get damaged in any way, shape, or form, it's canceled. So make sure you're doing it in a safe, smart spot, and yeah. Ampules can be stacked in the inventory. So basically you can carry one, like let's say 5. You can carry a stack of 5 ampules in the inventory, and often carries an emergency as an emergency supplies. Each rarity tier improves potency and speed. In short, blood bags offer steady recovery while ampules deliver instant reprieve. A split-second lifeline when every moment counts. So there's that. There's going to be no mid-fight melee combat heals. The only way, I take that back. The only way that you can get mid-fight melee battle heals is if you're with a team, is where they are, 1, healing you via the area of effect attack while you're fighting, or 2, you have the ability through a mastery tree where you could potentially siphon off, through another ability. Essentially, whenever you hit someone, you gain health. So that is, there can be ways, but it's not like you're going to be able to use a healing item mid-fight. So keep that in mind. Healing practice. The tension between slow, repeated use recovery and fast consumable healing is deliberate. A mirror to the armor system, which we will be exploring in the near future. And part of the hunger's rhythm of survival. Preparation versus reaction, endurance versus urgency. So it's really cool. It's better to be proactive than reactive. So there's that. After hunger early access launch, more and more medicines will be introduced. Devices to stabilize allies, stop bleeding, or even share health. That's cool. Like a transfusion kit. That'd be sick. Actually, I could almost guarantee, well, okay, I can't guarantee because I don't have any knowledge on this, but why wouldn't they do a transfusion kit? That'd be such a cool, like, animation that you could do, and you could bet your sweet bippy that's gonna be a slow thing too. That's not gonna be fast. That would almost be the same thing as a blood bag. So, like, your teammates, let's say your teammates are critically low on health, you have nothing at all, and you have to get out. There's hunger that you need to fight, and it's just not going to work if they're going to get one tapped. Transfusion, you have 100, they have 50, sure. Well, no. They have 20. You heal them halfway, so you both have that nice even split. So that transfusion thing would be really cool, and I'm sure that's probably what's going to happen with the transfusion kit. So that's cool. And of course, this is the ampules right here. Can I? Oh man. Well, we can't zoom in on this one, sadly. But I'm guessing this is the going up in rarity as well. So you have your base, and then it goes up. Well, chat, that is the end of the health missive. If you stuck around, hell yeah, I'm glad you did. Hope you enjoy the content. Trying to think of a question. I probably should think of these before. What is a question I could ask you? Okay, how about this? Who is going to be your starting living that you're going to select? There's a few of them. I'd love to know. Feel free to put that in the comments. And chat, YouTube, I will see you all in the next. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, or night, depending on where you're at in this crazy little world. Most importantly, YouTube and chat, take care, stay shiny. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.